With the beginning of the new year, well, time sure does fly by, doesn't it? I figured I'd share my mains, goals, and averages heading into 2023. Let's start off with 2x2. I currently main the YG MGC Elite for this event. I have a review on my YouTube channel, link in the description. Also subscribe. And I averaged 2.3 seconds with CLL. For the new year, for 2023, I'd love to learn EG1 and finally be sub 2. I've been procrastinating learning EG1 for so long. I knew like half of it at some point, and I didn't apply it, and I forgot it, and I'll have to learn it all over again. For 3x3, I main the X-Man Tornado V3, as do a lot of people, but I really like it. It's quite a new addition to my collection. I got it for Christmas. At first I didn't really like it, but once I played around with the settings and lubed it, now it's really good. Also, I have a review on my channel too, link in the description. Right now I average about 8 flat with CFOP, obviously. For 2023, I'd love to be sub 7.5 and maybe learn a few subsets like winter variation. But overall, I really want to practice my look ahead, especially my first pair inspection. Usually I can only plan one pair, I can only see one pair in inspection, and like I'm forced to go with that as my first pair, and that kind of limits my options, so I'd really like to be able to make that better. For 4x4, I main the MGC 4x4. Even 6 months ago, I didn't really like 4x4, until I learned Yao, and now I'm obsessed with it. I averaged 36, 37, and for this year, this is gonna sound ambitious, but I want to be sub 30. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. If it takes a little parity avoidance and a bunch of like fancy tricks, then that's what I'm gonna do. I just want to be sub 30. Like, just trust me, sub 30. Next up, 5x5. I made the MGC 5x5, except this one is a bit special. I actually added maglev to it. I put it in a Moyu maglev kit instead of springs, and I carved up the center caps a bit to make room. It's now very fast and quite good if I do say so myself. Right now I average about 117 on 5x5 with Redux. For 2023, I'd like to be sub 110. I've been looking into learning Yao for 5x5. I don't really see its appeal for 5 and up, but I'll look into it. Maybe it'll be better. And yeah, just overall, sub 110, maybe even faster, who knows. Okay, now let's go into lightning rounds of events I don't care about. MGC, Redux, 240, want to be sub 230. MGC, Redux, 355, want to be sub 345. Yuhu, Megaminx method, Westland, I don't know, 120, want to be sub 110. RS Skewb, Sarah's beginner, sub 7, want to be sub 6. MGC, beginner method, 22, sub 20. And that concludes the lightning round of events I don't care about. Next up, for a couple events I care a bit more about. For Pyraminx, I'm hesitating between the Mr. M Pyraminx and the Yuhu Magic Pyraminx, both great Pyras. I currently average about 3.5 with like half of L40. I learned half, and then the, I think, 12 remaining cases were kind of difficult, so I haven't learned them yet. But for 2023, yeah, now's the perfect time to do so. And I'd also like to be a sub 3, maybe 2.7, around that range. That'd be nice, because that would rank me pretty high in Canada if I get that official. Clock. I use the Qiyi clock as this pretty much everybody. It's the only good option. I average about 10-11 seconds with just the standard clock method. For 2023, I like to be sub 9, maybe even sub 8. And if I'm dedicated enough, learn no flip. I know it's very difficult, but it can give great results, and I'd love to give it a try. For OH, I used the WR M 2019, which was sadly discontinued, which is a real shame because it really is a good cube. I average about 18 seconds with CFOP. For 2023, I'd actually like to learn Ru for OH, because I've heard that it's better for a lot of people since it has a lower move count, and overall just get down to 15-16 seconds. I also use the WR M 2019 for 3-blind, and I don't know what I average. I haven't practiced 3-blind in a long time. I use M2 OP, which is a pretty standard, pretty beginner method. For 2023, I'd like to practice it a bit more, maybe get around to 2 minutes, which I believe was my old average when I actually did practice. But overall, no big goals. I'm not going to learn 3-style or anything, just keep a nice average. Now you may be wondering, where's FMC, 4-blind, 5-blind, even multi-blind? Don't you practice them? No, I don't practice them. No, I don't. Although I do have a comp with 4-blind coming up. Anyways, all jokes aside, those were my mains, goals, and averages heading into 2023. I'll make a video next year seeing if I accomplish them. I really hope I will. Some of these events I don't practice, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.